EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Rams of Tokyo taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves.
They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker to the 27-yard line. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Looking to put a drive together.
Get it. Bronco 80. County Lions. 50 Mavericks. 50 Mavericks. 7 Pirates. Ready.
Throwing to start the drive. Wheeler. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So Charles already down 7-0 early. They opt to take a shot there on the first play of scrimmage, but that plan backfires.
That feels a little bit like last week's loss lingering into this game, doesn't it? You know, you're down 7 already. You lost last week. It's almost like they're trying to get it all back in one shot, trying to take a big chunk play right out of the gate.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Let's go. 18 cards.
They'll look to throw. This one goes underneath to Walker. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Our defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. You talk about this Rams defense. Now, they've been dreadful against the run. No getting around at number 32, dead last in the NFL.
They have tried all season long to fix all the things that they need to in the running game, and they have been successful so far. I'm wondering if this is a time to just sell out. Make sure you have 8 in the box every time and bring a 9th and sometimes even 10 to try and stop them from running the ball.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice gains. That was 14 yards and another first.
Goal at the 9-yard line.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage, good for the receptions for the receivers, but you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces, so as soon as you get the snap,
Ken Walker, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
it certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of the defense.
Rams nothing. Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
26-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down. Operating from the gun, Wheeler. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And the Rams first down.
On the set. Come on, come on. Set. 70 Lions. 79 Broncos.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Here we go, here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Cut 19, cut 19. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Go.
They'll look to throw again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
Mustang 19.
Back to throw again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. On this one, they need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Brought down that time by Nolan Smith. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there with their 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0.
Makes the score Seahawks 21, Rams 0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it a little bit of humor, maybe break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, that guy that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. A man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
These guys certainly need something good to go their way, because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Here we go, set. Grock1 80.
Now a first carry here for their running back. He gets them a little over half of what they need, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd and 5.
Come on. Set. 19 Lions.
Operating from the gun. Reed. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 21-0 our score after 1. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this will stay a 3-touchdown game. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their background. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Well, whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. That's going to be caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. 29 yards. And the Seahawks are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And a route is on here in this first half.
Rams nothing. Harrison Butker is set
Now
to
after
kick
the
off.
touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Ready.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
Go get him, go get him, go get him.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Douglas. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Now a play fake here on first down. That is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10.
60 ball check. Here we go. Scott. Go.
He'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Ready.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 18. Pioneer.
Now back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Dragon 60. 19 Lions.
Operating from the gun. Reed. Over the middle, it's complete.
Complete to number 80. It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Motion. Ready.
Looking to throw. Reed. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. Fights through, and now a crease. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That was good for 33 in the first.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, throwing it around the yard.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
It's a 10-yard loss.
It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
60 Maverick. 60.
He'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And it's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
First down and 10 yards to go.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Cowboy.
Now they'll audible to something else.
Go.
Butker now on 1st and 10. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Here's 3rd and 9.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Tag. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Looking to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Butker on for the PAT. I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Okay, break.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on and to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Then he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And with a dime left on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats, go.
Back to throw. Reed. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Looking to throw. Reed. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Down the left sideline. He's on his way. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. 73 yards. And the Rams get a bit closer.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get 1,
That was huge for him. That has to feel much better right now.
And you're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Joshua Carney to kick off for the Rams.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Nifty move. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line.
And they're on 34-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. Second and 1. Traffic, and that's complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Brings up second and 1.
Now an audible here into something else. They'll set up to throw. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Byron Young able to record his 5th sack of the season. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third.
79 Broncos.
They'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
36-yard line.
He'll look to throw. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Second and 6. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Touchdown! A great play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. Tucker now to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Seahawks 41, Rams 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Throwing to start the drive. Reed. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I thought at first he tried to run, but he just kept buying time to his run. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
A final shot before break. Reed. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster in the first half, so where do they go from here?
Well, the first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Come on, 19 Lions. Panther 60, Panther 60.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
Let's go. Hawk 70, trap 60, trap 60.
From the gun on 3rd down. Reed. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Just more frustration here offensively, and you can see it in their play and now in their body language. You know they were hoping to put a drive together to begin this third quarter, but it's just not clicking right now. It's going to be a quick call to the punt team.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. That is caught downfield by Harrison. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It's a gain of 35. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. Walker. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Go.
Walker once more. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now.
Harrison
Butker on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Seahawks 48, Rams 7. Harrison Butker
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Here we go.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talked to says the exact same thing. When they start a drive from that deep in their own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to throw. Reed. A gain of 5. And it's second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Second and 5. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's got to be made at the Seahawks 36. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's going.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Now a second and 10.
Let's go. 19.
Looking to throw. Reed. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
From the gun on third down. Reed. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long.
Here we go, here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Operating from the gun. Reed. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On fourth down, Reed. And he is going to have the Rams first down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allowed to convert on fourth and long. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Throw left side complete. That's Douglas. 3 yards is the gain that time. Second and goal.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Second and goal from inside the 5. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to third and goal.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready, right?
They'll look to throw on third and goal. That's to the pylon and incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. From the right hash in a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. And I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Cup 19, Cup 19, 18, Pioneer. Ready?
They're going to look to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. 71 yards. And the Seahawks extend their lead yet again. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he returns this to the 22.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 5.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cup.
Back to throw. Reed. He finds his man. Complete. That's Flores. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Operating from the gun. Reed. Completes it to Douglas. And into the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Let's go now. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Operating from the gun. Reed. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
We can talk all we want about about football being a game of strength and brawn, it's also a game of mismatches. And they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his legs.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
70 Timberwolf.
Looking to throw. Reed. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Dragon 60. Buffalo 18.
Back to throw. Reed. Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A big play there. 45 yards. And the Rams get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. They'll go in for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out to this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
80. Ready.
Back to Walker on first down. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
87 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
first and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Okay, break. 70 line.
Tighten up.
Left.
Again, it's Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker, his third touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
The kick is good.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. From the 25, here's a second down and 9.
79. Here we go. Hawk 70. Mustang 19. Hey, that's my man. I got him.
Looking to throw. Reed. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
70 Rangers.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Douglas. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
At the 40-yard line.
Second and 10.
Ready. Cougar 19.
Back to throw. Reed. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long.
Let's go. 19 Sergeant.
Looking to throw. Reed. He'll try and do this himself. It'll be a loss of 15 on the play. And it'll be fourth down. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Fielded at about the 28. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it will be first and 10 as they take over. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. 125 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Steelers here today. This one's not going to go anywhere. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Running right, here's Walker. There he goes again. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Bronco 80. Ready.
They'll run the toss to Walker. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line.
70 Timberwolf.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Come on, check, Panther.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. On 3rd down and short, and everything well executed. He not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. There's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action yet. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found a way to the end zone with a running play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
Ready.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Let's go now.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So the victory here for Seattle, and it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Seahawks, they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Tokyo, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll get a chance